Reuters, 23rd of February 2024, China police operate in Hawaii's Pacific neighbor, Kiribati. When the ordinary people rebelled against Chinese businesses abusing them, the leaders sold them out and put Chinese police on the streets of Kiribati, a country heavily indebted to China. According to Kiribati officials, Chinese police are doing community policing and running a crime database program in the isolated atoll nation of Kiribati, Hawaii's neighbor in the Pacific Ocean. Uniformed cops wear uniforms. The police agreement between Kiribati and China has not been made public. It comes as Beijing redoubts its efforts to strengthen security relations in the Pacific Islands as it sharpens its competition with the United States. Despite its modest size, only 115,000 people, Kiribatian sovereignty over one of the world's largest exclusive economic zones, more than 3.5 million square kilometers or 1.35 million square miles, and its proximity to Hawaii make it a strategically significant state. A Japanese satellite tracking station is housed there. There is no Chinese police station in Kiribati. Still, Chinese officers on the island collaborate with local law enforcement, according to Iri Rishiera, acting police commissioner for Kiribati, who spoke to Reuters. He noted in an email that the Chinese police delegation team works with the Kiribati Police Service, supporting the department's criminal database program, martial arts, tai chi, kung fu, and community policing program. When Reuters asked the Chinese embassy in Kiribati for comment on the role of its police, the embassy did not reply. The embassy identified the head of the Chinese police station in Kiribati in a January social media post. Attending a meeting in Beijing in December between Wang Zhouhong, China's Minister of Public Security, and several police officers from the Pacific Islands, Rishiera reported that Kiribati had asked for China's support in policing in 2022. Last year, up to 12 Chinese police officers in uniform arrived on a 6-month rotation. According to Rishiera, they only offer services in response to requests or demands from the Kiribati Police Service. A request for comment from the Kiribati President's office was not answered. China wants to establish ties. China, a significant infrastructure lender in the region, attempted to negotiate a trade and security agreement for the entire area in 2022, but the Pacific Islands Forum rejected its ambitions. However, since 2022, Chinese police have been stationed in the Solomon Islands as a result of the two countries signing of a covert security agreement that Canberra and Washington have criticized as compromising regional stability. According to Graham Smith, a Pacific researcher at the Australian National University, China was trying to gain more influence over the Chinese diaspora, and the police were very useful eyes and ears overseas. He stated that it is about extraterritorial control. Additionally, eyes on Kiribati's domestic politics and its diplomatic partners would be the focus of Chinese police. According to Rishiera, Chinese police were not involved in providing protection for the island's Chinese residents. Last month, China's ambassador to Australia stated that Australia shouldn't be alarmed by China's plan to establish law enforcement relationships with Pacific Island nations to support the upkeep of social order. In 2019, Kiribati shifted its diplomatic ties from Taiwan to Beijing due to President Andy Mao's encouragement of Chinese infrastructure investment. This year, there will be a national election. China dispatched teams for agriculture and medicine and established a sizable embassy on the main island. Concern was raised in Washington when it was revealed that plans to reconstruct a U.S. military airport from World War II would occur on Canton Island in Kiribati. There is no airstrip constructed. Christmas Island, Kiribati, lies 2,160 kilometers, 1,340 miles, south of Honolulu at its closest point. In retaliation, the U.S. declared in October that it intended to establish an embassy in Kiribati and promised to modernize the port on Canton Island, a former U.S. military installation. According to Meg Keane, director of the Lowy Institute's Pacific Islands program, China has regional security aspirations. She stated that Australia and the U.S. are taking action to safeguard their positions because they are worried about that possibility in Kiribati and throughout the region. According to a representative for the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs, Australia has contributed 2 patrol boats and is trying to address Kiribati's security concerns. According to her, Australia is helping the Kiribati Police Service by providing significant infrastructural improvements, such as a new radio network, headquarters, and barracks. The largest country in the Pacific, Papua New Guinea, declared this month that it would reject a Chinese offer of police support and surveillance equipment. This came after reports that it was in talks to establish police cooperation with China drew concern from Australia and the United States, two conventional security allies.